Well, one of the major issues that continues to be discussed and debated is what specifically is happening on that entire civil nuclear deal. What exactly is the context of the deal as it has been worked out right now? What are the implications going to be? And more specifically, what are private companies now going to do, and especially those big American companies like Westinghouse, and whether they're going to come in or not in a big way. So we have a panel who's going to continue to discuss this. Virmani joining us as well. We're going to be getting Brookings on in just a couple of minutes. But before that, here's a special exclusive interview done with Pallav Bagla of NDTV by Danny Roderick, who's the CEO, the chairman and CEO of Westinghouse, and he spoke in some detail as to what his company actually makes about the deal and where it stands right now. Let's just listen into what he had to say, and then we will discuss it in some detail.
India and the United States had a breakthrough on the Indo-US civilian nuclear deal. The two governments have ironed all the wrinkles. The two governments are ready. And that is what President Barack Obama and Prime Minister Narendra Modi said, that we are ready for commercialization. I have with me Danny Roderick, the Chief Executive Officer of Westinghouse Electric Company, one of the two big companies which wants to sell nuclear reactors to India. Danny, are you happy with what happened between the two countries, and are you smiling?
You know, we are, because this has been a journey for both countries, and to see progress made and to get closure, at least, that we can now move on to the next step. I think it's very important for both countries, and certainly it's important for Westinghouse and for what we've been working on here.
Are you willing to put nuclear reactors in India as soon as possible?
You know, what we need to do is look at the new things that have came out. The information we have is that the channeling question has been addressed, and that the insurance programs that have been offered, we need to look at the fine print of that and go through those in detail, and there's going to be committees that are working on that, the contact groups, over the next several weeks. And so as we go through that, we'd also like to get into the commercial discussions. Our partners here in India with Larsen & Toubro and other companies are very much anxious to get started on the projects.
So you still seem to have some anxiety that the fine print may not be in your favor?
Well, we just haven't read it yet. I mean, it's new, and but we are excited that we've made some progress. This has been something I've been working on this in India for 15 years, and so seeing it evolve over this period of time, I'm very happy to be here for Republic Day today and celebrate that, and to be able now to go forward with the whole process.
So would Westinghouse find it too risky to put reactors in India, because India has not changed its liability law? It remains the same. And that was very strongly enunciated by Prime Minister Modi, saying within the law, within international obligations, now next only techno-commercial issues. So would you be willing to risk putting nuclear reactors in India?
Well, what we need to do is understand the clarifications that have been provided this week. You know, under what we understood them to be 6 months ago, the answer would be no. Under what we have been told this week, you know, we understand that there's new clarifications that have been provided and some new assurances. And so what we need to do now is to understand what that was, and we're going to start working on that immediately, because we would like to move forward. You know, we have a lot of confidence in the manufacturing base here in India that we could use to be able to export globally with the Westinghouse products, and again, the partnerships that we have here are certainly ready to go to be able to export with us.
One way of looking at it is that you get American Westinghouse technology to India. You also have many other technologies. Are you also looking at a two-way street, as India becoming a hub where you make reactors and reactor parts and then sell to the world, and maybe the pressurized heavy water Kandu reactors?
Yeah, I mean, you know, it is always a two-way street with Westinghouse. If you look at where we've globalized around the world, we're a company that actually deals in all the technologies. And so you take an example like the PHWRs, that's an expertise in India that we certainly would like to work and develop and see how can we export that. And there's other things that we think that we could bring to India and export from India that helps the global marketplace. And at the end of the day, this is how the industry gets created, and it's worked around the world for us to be able to do it in that model.
Your reactors, India is likely to place in Gujarat. You already have over 100 crore rupee deal which happened. Have you started work in sharing safety documents with India's nuclear company, which is NPCIL?
Yeah, you know, we progressed in that contract, and you know, that's really just kind of a start. What we really want to do now is to get on the ground there at the site and to start laying the site out and get the characterizations done.